studio na fei ya mon komo me me ka sanka budget na me nim say next week maybe ana na do ke kan ho say obeba na nka jama sha ase na ya ka ho asem putupuru kwasi ada no se maba adwuma ya me na me ni me twa leave no so baba nti ya be ka ho asem kakra ma na tibi e ono ane budget ana odo small finance minister say onko kan emma no but no ade what say be ka kire say so wankɔ keta na kyerɛ sɛ ɔyɛ heartless so ɔnyɛ yiyimu na ɔdwene nipa ho paa deɛ a ɔnkɔ keta because ɛnti ma sɛ a whole community of more than 7,000 people tidal waves at this place wɔ mo wɔn ntumi nkɔ fie ebinom gu community centers ebinom gu nsɔre dɛm na sɛ president ntumi nkɔ ahomte kakra ɛno deɛ me nkratoɔ no me nkratoɔ ɛtɔ so mmienu ɛyɛ 3 billion Ghana cedis a yɛsɛ 2022 the core office of the president, that is $488,610,000 US. Close to $500 million. And the core office of the president, you were 365 days. It's only 488 million. And the core office of the president for 1 day. Let's just say a day, Biano, office of the president, you did more than $1 million. Hey, simple calculation. What the $488 million in the office of the president for the just 2022, 1st January 2022 to 31st December 2022, $488 million. It is what is Articano, who calculating here, every day, Biano, president, then a pump for Cacano Mupiono, we will give more than $1 million.
How?
What's it how?
I mean, this is ridiculous. Oh gosh, Captain. Don't do this, Captain. Come on. Help us.
Go ahead.
Who comes up with these numbers? Captain.
Yes, sir.
Yerekodano. You do a saman kesi honum ne namani a jina village bini ashe honi I assessment say village we say na eye sena niama apansama tetona me catch you say we could $10,000 we betumi a serious impact e bia we sit down community center bi we be ye made farming na okay I say farming now because made minimum for fact say farming pet ne betumi a fee. What in 10,000? What in $100,000 pay? So we put $100,000 into a millionaire. We are 10. Into 10 times 40. Into next say 400 villages can be affected by just the budget to the presidency for 1 year at $100,000 per village. Wouldn't you know what me the 100,000 ayana? I mean just Ghanafo. Yeah, by a mafia be blame. You've been in business for 5 years, American presidency. Inti for 5 years no, be here to say what talk in Kuma, ni fridge, ni adeno, what 12 year times 5. Because you've been in business for 5 years. A year organization, a year regime, Aristotle. You are in your at the end of your 5th year, 1,750 days plus. You've been in business for 1,750 days plus. The BS said we year for the presidency, at this point, why you the doubt? Do you really need 480 million,
88,610,000
Ghanafo. I mean, seriously.
Because every day, our president is spending 1.3,036,804 million US dollars.
I mean, who runs this country? Now we have the catching say the car. Mr. President, we have 128% of your receivables goes to paying public sector workers, and the interest on our debt. Mr. President, Mamin Kansa Minchiro, when Mr. Bahumia and Ken, listen to me. More protocol are with the good banks, So what is our protocol, evaluate more and come on as say work shut mo down kona kwayen konta na he protocol a mo de agu nkrofo lives a mo de agu banks ne aden what is that protocol na no evaluate more and can say wogu mo as an institution wunim sa na Ken wunim sa go and do the math in fact we are worse than all the banks are what collapse no what can we now boom crab we are worse than one we are worse than one wo pa ko bun kunta na he na tiwi o krapeni kasi we tiwi a to say ade a we na kra wunim ade a we in the last 10 years agriculture sector in Kwa they went from 30.8% of one effect to the GDP, they went from 30.8% to 15.3%, a decline of more than 50%. Also now, sika Ghanafo sika, as I said, what did tear down yet? I don't even understand you. A whole agriculture sector, a decline more than 50%. In just say, 5 years now, you neglected agriculture. You say planting for food. You planting, you say factory. I mean, gimmicks. What the gimmicks? Now, what Ghanafo, and you don't even have a clue how these gimmicks even work. You can't even fake this thing. You can't even fake it. But concept. Now, we are several Yakosi toilet or vice president. I wouldn't know where toilets are. Just say, how can you be a vice president? And you want to be president? You got to be out of your, I don't want to use the word, you got to be out of your mind. You really have to be out of it. The whole MPP, you have failed miserably. You can't even make sense of your failure. It's so despicably bad. Say, we can't even begin a conversation about your failure. You are a disgrace. Oh, listen. Now, Captain, I mean, doesn't a 488 million for the presidency after 5 years? What do you want? How do you spend that money? Do you know what 488 million? I mean, that's it.
Florida alone is bigger than Ghana. Atlanta, Georgia is bigger than Ghana. Columbus, Ohio is bigger than Ghana. The entire New York space is bigger than Ghana. Baltimore is even bigger than Ghana. The whole American presidency budget for the entire America, which is more than 60 times bigger than Ghana, is $700 million. And your presidency is taking close to $500 million. 1 year. Hey,
Ghana. Someone sorry now by capacity.
No, indirectly they want to pay the first lady and the second lady.
But how do you use $488 million? Another dollar in the value as
there is 400. That's 3 billion Ghana cedis.
How do you justify that? Now, more parliament or NDC for my penny na side rekosono. Muna, you are to be blamed. Let me tell you something. You are equally guilty to have one presidency, office of the president. After 5 years, fridges air condition carpet in the first year. In your second year, just in case you didn't get the first year right. When your third year as confirmation to Niyama Moye first and second year. When your fourth year, fifth year, and so what? How? Captain, this is painful for Ghana. Ghanafo say, what can say we support to NDC and MPP alone? As I said, one can say, wow. Hey, you. Because one actually prove without a doubt to say these guys are not thinkers. They cannot think. They close your eyes and throw it to the wall and hope it sticks. And then open the eyes. Hey, we got this close. Let's rearrange. Let's recalibrate. You can't possibly be this bad and still make these mistakes. And budget will be ready, so Captain, what did you say? 30.8 million Ghanaians, yes, 7.6%. The Nipa were in the category of 18 years to 60 years. I will bet me a human. what as a factor of 30.8 million now, is 7.67%. And within that 7.6%, you know, one for unemployment to 4 and come home. One for one what live between this is painful.
No, you see, it never be it doesn't make sense anymore. I mean, if not me budget about health sector. Yeah, can budget na makwa so kan, and me feel so kan call down someone. Enti me simiti asese.
Ubedi yawa.
Na me hwe say, wonim wo share Africa say one major sector employ a lot of youth. Sports. We share employment graph in this area. Africa. Sports in Kwano are employed 59%. We call Kenya, we call South Africa, we call Malawi, we call Uganda, we call even Guinea, we call Tanzania, we call even Ivory Coast in Togo. Sports, I employ 59% of their youth. Ghana sports, I employ 0.9%. Yeah, okay, budget though. There was nothing we made me a budget and say over year. It was sports.
And come on,
now, what for the arts industry, arts and entertainment industry now? We share the range of America, Scotland, and even Glasgow, yeah, President to go here. 89% of the youth in Glasgow, they are being employed by the arts and entertainment industry in Glasgow. Ghana, arts and entertainment now are 0.4. And 1%.
Oh, man.
One can't hosh you. And see, and near my bed, Ghana, me Bruno, about where you're careless about it.
Careless?
Yeah, I mean, kind of say.
That's an understatement. That's an understatement. Captain, who to me can say careless? These guys, they are clueless.
Okay.
They are clueless to the point that it's so ridiculous to say it blows your mind. Okay? Bahumia, we say, Bahumia ne kende, it's a Ponzi scheme.
Now, you sure Bahumia is really in charge of the economic management?
No, yeah, but it's a Ponzi scheme because Ghanafo, it just does not make sense. Okay? When you're finance minister, now per se, among chia taxes are, over 70% of the population in informal sector will apply VAT to sa sector now. What can we teach you? What can we teach you? The type of taxes, as I said, what they map the population, no, it has to be direct taxes. Equal to a functional paycheck. What we can say, in a minya. Now, why apply VAT? Everybody pays taxes. And the most disgraceful statement finance minister ever making is say only 10% of the population pays taxes. 10% of the population pays taxes. Number one, what buy for 5 years now? Why more analysis prior to you were friending 1,750 days now? And who said 10% in the nature taxes now? We'll buy an extra will be make change. After 5 years now, after 5 budgets now, 4 budgets, no we can't change is 10%. And they say they blow me mind. They say 10% of the population nature taxes are. 90% now can what to broda what you are VAT and the tax is the tax VAT tax. How can you put VAT, increase VAT on people? 9 million people they make more than 5 cedis a day. How? But I don't even understand the math.
Over the weekend, gentlemen, you're TV3 Saturday political talk show. Your friend said, "Oh, 3 FM morning show." No, Alfred. I was listening to Alfred and one MPP guy and one NDC guy. I don't even want to mention the names of the politicians. And from all the calculations, it's a lie. Anybody in this country would think that only 10% of the population is tax. It's not true. Because don't forget that those on government payroll, Sisiano, over 800,000. More government payroll, of which Obia tier income tax. Until I said 10% the tier tax. That's a huge lie. Yeah, what private sector no? Yeah, 4.7 million. If you have media general, you have 400.
Wow.
Yeah, young choir about 400. Debbie, what was that? What the one I won't pay in ya? You just cook figure.
How can you cook?
You see?
Because they don't respect us.
No. Obia. Now we call informal sector now. Would you assume so 1 million commercial vehicles in Ghana? Would they just assume so 1 million commercial vehicles? Woman won't tax and no won't tax. Now assume so 2 million private vehicles in Ghana. So when you sit somewhere in the comfort of your office and you think that only 10% out of the population is tax, what is kind of
Captain? Whose fault is it? So nipa 10%. What by now we an integrated national ID and address system. And Ghanafo now with me account. Now with that, well, there's that data a national data repository system. So now we here for taxes are specific. How simple is that?
Mamema ni akwaba ni ababedu Economic Fighters League and ni wo yani yakanyi na yehumbo mo ayefrey fix the country for no demonstration ba ko baso agsim yebe ko agsim yewia me ye sure no de the committee ni kranji antumu a me nko am stage one man demonstration against the introduction of the e-tax.
On Friday you called Parliament.
Okay.
26, yeah.
Right? Because yen tiasie just a bianim. Over 3 billion Ghana cedis are president as well, so ungodia. So anyway, Mamin call Ivan. We are the Mabani.
Captain, Mamentia, and seven doors say, who will be our static grand free. My answer was here for a cassette. So what had Ghana to see a bontia. Answer budget will be for some time now, no? I think that there has never been a time in the history of this particular country what the wailings of Ghanaians are so visible and so palpable. People are complaining about the desperate economic situation at Ehange. People are really wailing. And when you look at the tunnel, there is no light at the end of the end. So the future looks extensively bleak, like there is no hope at all. So this particular budget here, by now, if at least the government will factor the concerns that Ghana for raise into consideration, or to near mana and Ghana for one high or more. But the insensitivity, so as science for being now talking about what happened in Keita, tidal wave, air accident, the president of the country could not even go on social media to tweet. On call, it's not an isolated case. Elections are born nipa to the president never visited them. When he had opportunity to travel to Techima, or catch up with more me pa na seat na sen kame winning mama ya lusu baako. The president of Techima could not even mention say nipa no mu ye no ebia or commiserate with the family. He never mentioned them, but it me call abonten. Joy for the year near Babaye. Tidal wave, a bit Sudan. The Ghana led the delegation. I'm the vice president, the lady to Sudan to commiserate with the Momusika. So you can say insensitivity. That is the highest level of insensitivity. So when you have such a picture-skewed description of the person in charge, now what factor into how we handle the economy, I think that you will not be surprised because. So what is happening right now? Taxes upon taxes. The Biameka country being who was on the tax. And on mine, one of the ways you grow taxes. But all the taxes, you're supposed to use it wisely and judiciously. But we are buying now, I am not to buying. Not all the taxes, not tax, they are spending the taxes on fancy fixtures. Obviously, Ghanaians will complain. Because I was telling somebody, say, beneath every tax regime, there must be a booming economic activity. Businesses are cost. So when the businesses are thriving, that is where you tax the people and you take the money and then you use it to expand whatever that you want to do. But then you are taxing the people instead of businesses. But we don't tax human beings. We tax businesses and we. Let me set example. So UK, I'm going to pay English football. No? So UK, but be a more tax system also a UK. Footballers, they pay about 40% of their salary to taxes. But when they complaining, because the English system now has been able to create a competitive football arena that everybody wants to be there. That's why the taxes. Because EPL, over 1 week, over 1 year, your name will be everywhere. So that's why the taxes, people will go. Actually, when they take the taxes, they use it to wisely and the people will gain. Yeah, taxes in the then you begin to ask yourself, tax na year, answer now will be a question, no? Ya bobo senior in the history of this particular country, Abambia Mobida. Utuwania, Romunian Fanya, so such a character now so bad against the taxes. I Ghanafo question. And when they are questioned, sometimes the tone, the language among for the body language, the ministers and so forth, and they responded to Ghanaians. Sometimes the minister but he is not Kasa who because that's a diesel Naguni Timo said yes, because tax where I come once and say yes, taxes Momo as if way. And the Minister of State and a continent TV so say so we are transaction as above 100 Ghana, then we are not for. Yes, and yet diesel no good.
What Saba was sending cumulatively to 3,000 and near tax. They are even confused.
Or yes, serious. Say diesel no good team nasa. We are Minister of State. Not one our cancer. What could square hanya money na? Yeah, what classic definition of how you define it. Your friends of poverty, because poverty around the world, the acceptable metric I use GDP per capita. And then your friends are UN I'm also introducing this HDI, that's your friends Human Development Index. These are globally and Africa. So we get all the ratings actually you see there. We are living in an impoverished society. So you can never go and sit on TV as a minister and speculate in an attempt to redefine poverty and what poverty means. About the China, your friend is saying, oh yeah, Obi sending mobile money above 100 Ghana cedis, and you get other ministers talking all these things. Obi say Ghana for should keep quiet na nipa na tax na your friend is saying transaction and tax. Na me bisa say what she aponchi an okoye momoda, and nipa na ye momo. What could she aponchi koye momoda. So sometimes you begin to ask, I don't make a say this is a guni patin and a modern nam chroma, the arrogance, the filthy mix of arrogance and sincere ignorance that these people throw in their wake. It's so amazing. You see, there is this wave of your friend is saying elite sentimentalism and this intellectual bullshit. And then so everybody thinks he's okay, and then they are just taking us for granted. We are there. So the implications on this particular economy is really going to be very damning. And in the first place, Yanchara vice president advocating for digitization, cashless society, and so forth. And you see, this E11 they are not charging it on the service fee, the bulk money, which is a they want to target the big money. In the end, over 100 million as I was send their move through Momoa. Sika bit here free. And easy because already telecos nankasa charge that. And it's a government they will ever come who send it 10 million 100 million. You may lose over about 2 million. Now when no. So I know that they indirectly no one casano will deter people from engaging in some of this cashless way. And around their ranks they are confused. They don't even know what they're talking about. No, you have a deputy minister of finance telling you, say, your friend is saying, send it, or say, Momo. They are giving contradictory explanation as to what actually constitutes that. Where I say, me used to come from a mobile money, a bank account to a mobile money, a terminal point, that become a transaction. Not to me, you have to move on to their mobile, and also, these are things. And, Ghana from what we trade. Yeah, budget at the Babon here. Yeah, has a month for best and this Sika na ifra bonten ba na ka bia be kosoro enti enna no nipa na otia buche no hwan na be send Sika about no even also the Sika ba So indirectly, one kasano, you are trying to use all these means that they are or order. Nasikano, which is one Sebuna Edidi, Yadisicana, na afe Sebunu, Ediana Ghana for more tromo, and then the economic hardship amount for women, a and the government has absolutely no plan to mitigate. Then, Captain, Finance Minister Kojina, Parliament, what he tried to do is they say, or rationalizing all this reckless economic management that I unfolded in the last 5 years on COVID-19. So COVID-19 is solely responsible for this. But I'm sitting here and I'm telling them that the attempt to rationalize government incompetence, not just reckless management, basing it on COVID-19, it's nothing but a manufactured nonsense. These guys are just using to rationalize their failure. Because in the first place, so we have COVID-19 what has been the exact point of COVID-19 on this particular economy? Don't forget that COVID-19 at the early stage, now you young class and your friend is an impact assessment and you're running to IMF. Then we took over $1 billion. Yes, COVID-19 and the other buyer. The World Bank again was giving countries money to mitigate the effect of COVID-19. Ghana, yes, you $100 million from World Bank. Again, so we Ghana and Qatar buying no buy the COVID-19 or the taxes too now. Yes, a recovery fund amount for your donation in a home. So COVID-19 buy this amount of money coming into the system.
America be cheese.
Good. Then you be not what be say spending. You're spending they say I buy promises say obey vaccinating nipa 20 million. 20 million no as at November 8th. Now vaccine about Kroma 8.4 million doses. And I do Kroma. Out of that, Captain, do you know say 62% was provided by COVAS platform, which means say Jaka. Because COVAS initiative here platform where you're creating 4 countries we have access to. So over 8.4 million doses of vaccine about Kroma and 62% came through the COVAS platform, which translates to 5.2 million doses. Yeah. Which means the government ain't spending anything. I feel no one making projections over 15 million doses. Yeah, IMF from 2023 going and so the government ain't spend. Yes,
we feel say
yes. Go and read the budget is there. Yes. 15 million doses. So government ain't spending anything on COVID. I'm telling you all this. And Captain, do you know say Nipa 20 million now almost vaccinated as we speak Nipa ya vaccinated we fully vaccinated out of 20 million Nipa 800,000 800 bit so only 1 million
after taking $3.1 billion.
Yes, I'm telling you, listen to me very carefully. Fully vaccinated and now more at least one dose. Oka or money we in Aboma 2.5 million persons, but I'm full. But Nipa are fully vaccinated. Kroma to see a minus 20 million. Over 800,000 people. And these people want to rationalize their failure, their incompetence, banging everything on COVID-19. They say there is no plenty of people to pontificate. This is the exact impact of COVID-19 on this particular economy because COVID we buy and 2020 COVID I want to hear this, Go and look at the budget. Yeah, revenue. We exceeded our revenue target in this particular country, somewhere around 2.something%. So the government has no sensible justification of rationalizing all these things by blaming COVID-19 for our woes. Because we have incompetent and clueless bunch of individuals who are pretending to be intelligent when in reality they are not. I have told you, said there is but wisdom and intelligence, you can never fake it. Because always the stage will expose you. So they should admit they have nothing better to offer this particular country. This time that Ghanaians are winning, this time that people are complaining, then the president will again allocate such huge sums of money to his office. And the president's office, Okofrasta House or a factory or one
district, one
factory. Just one-time dissipation of state resources. We are just throwing it away. No more people have on here. We are going to budget near the number. So, okay, Ghana is going to attack. I'll take it serious. And then this world pro, and another one to the vice president. ordinary advocate for digitization na so for you say a creative conjunction and there never be a real duri your friend is saying what on in as a form no they can't we use the same digitization to create a red zone the human being will not sit there say the tax na mum no he card na so for people will swap and go away. And then if you are losing revenue, there are machines that you can even insert it under the road. Car no chama, that counted the number of cars. Because the part of motor or moji sikado, obi an check or and I ticket to the man for one check into no, or more can have it to print it or more ticket. So or take the about come or not buying the about come. Not the money goes into the account because we'll be able to check it. So as a rational and as a reasonable government, you take all these things into consideration and then you work towards it. And then we have another joke of the week, the road minister. This is a person who claims to be a lawyer. This is a person who has been in parliament for so long. Or you're privy to your friends say this parliamentary proceedings and what is involved when abre you read the budget and so for them. Finance minister could get parliament barely 1 hour after. Then you write a letter, say NCV way. Such a clueless display of ignorance, clueless display of sincere ignorance. And yes, and our display because as I'm not kind over the years, that when you read the budget, then you move on, you see the road. As we are, you losing, willfully causing financial loss to the state. In the future, that man must go to jail. And the other side is the comedy. I can control letter Bible and say, now man for a you see, sometimes you can be incompetent, but to be foolishly incompetent is a crime. Yes, sometimes you can be because all the power and the buy a backfire. There was no need for subsequent letter to rationalize. Now man for a and that ben no more that because finance minister be with you, and the time in time I would win by like 4 hours. And it's a Ghana for Kokon, yeah. So these are some of the ways they are just pretending to be intelligent and they are not sincere. Among in Ghana for and your mind people are willing and
exactly.
I'm not catching as a napco no. A time so we don't coffee. Do you know say Akuffo Addo buy it for nipa 33,000 out of napco now you're more permanent and collect and carry home. You join when you Ghana for Kasa and you saw Monsaimra. Then the finance minister will have the gap to go and stand before parliament and tell them, say, yeah, 33,000 permanent. Among the permanent whatever. Who could school no captain? Can bring do now who could school no. We are sorry.
No, we are school.
Now, we are sorry. Upon Kuma Begina, you saw camp with pride. Yeah, employed Nipa 33. We are sorry now, you're 33%. Even that is not true. That is not true unless your friends evidence to prove otherwise. Because that particular statement, we are taking the analogy from Nema I see around it, To me, it is not true. And then I see you start a business. I'm a youth for you. Finance minister also. Almost a youth bank last year. Youth bank no here. You see, these are clueless brokers. The free said they are ruling.
But do we need a youth bank? I was even happy to say one must be this year.
Oh my gosh.
Because after the budget, you see, the MPP lost base with the Ghanaian youth from 2018, but 2018 MPP government we know. Only Ghana maybe but now a binary who say youth they call.
Yeah.
Because one, that time, now we could job on Kroma. Then Yamiya Wadom, former Deputy Minister of Roads and Highways, your friend say, former MPP National Youth Organizer, Anthony Cabo.
Yeah.
Now Anthony Cabo. Samia Uku, who was the national organizer then. Now youth for but and maybe we can't say no shade no more. No, I didn't know any of buying a washing. And the youth in Ankasa started so more driving themselves away from this government. I buy now 2020. Yeah, two abani and abani. So we say youth bracket now. When I quote youth at two Abama MPP 2020 no, a conformation youth at two Abama NDC 2020.
Oh wow.
Oh yes, do the analysis, the age analysis. You know. It's one more analysis. We know who I'm saying. Debbie, ade na won chen because one na omo senior high school na omo awie na omo enjoy free senior high school no wo check omo numbers no na wo dey check numbers na koto aba no for the MPP and NDC na no mo say there be a mistake dey ko kan budget a ye mfa machine say e be create youth bank no one create youth bank na ma
yeah
and then bank bi odwene Ghana for what we $100 million you be youth in entrepreneur Africa no about $100 million Ghana cedis ni yede from UMB fine and na ekono emfaso bi amaso afen na wo be taxi momu na wa catch them say what they be to one entrepreneurs na ba na wo dey abeye entrepreneur be ya
they don't think about that. That is the
oh please
and the lies, you know, because even Ubos last year, idea abandon at least communicate to Ghanaians. You don't just come and stand there and be making promises and then answer for them. This particular Momo tax will not for you. It will come and crash Ghana. So now a message to the minority, the other persons of multi-parliament, and say first, you know. The political narrative has always been, oh, you need numbers, and the majority will always have their way. The minority will, your friend is saying, have their say. And then that narrative, no, a change your name. And then public opinion is crucial to any shaping in public policy and your friends say national discourse like this. Even if you don't have the numbers, the Ghanaians are angry. You mobilize the forces, the voices. You can use that as a tool to shake the foundations of government. So, and then you need numbers for this thing must not go through. Because your future, your destiny of this particular country is standing on this particular thing. And by the same year, yes, I discover, that is where the money is. Because you know, say June 2021 way, Momo transaction figures from Bank of Ghana, I think it was around 89.1 billion. So, that is where they are. But the damning consequences and the implications on the economic life of Ghanaians, you know, that one there, they don't care. Now, you're getting Sikana, you're saying you're doing some Musa usual. It's a Musa and this kind of Captain, they are wasting on. Captain, the real problem, no, Ghana for Munti, and yet E-levy, no, any taxes are what they have to Momo, no. Munti, as a mamma became. Bisan who say, "Eye denga E-levy no kra e buy," and I say, "Momo buy ana." If we had a thinking, the MPP or the NDC don't have the mental capacity to plan young lives. The reason in here, Momo no, they say, "We be gateway." The government of Ghana in the gateway, a disgrace. A country of 30 million, you need gateway. If you borrow a big gateway, now you have young financial transactions. Number one, a security threat. Momo cash was shut down. A young whole business, commerce, collapse. Inti sawu a Jimmy Moutima as a finance minister, Baumier so then digital on TSA because on the digital car and by now young Ghana Funankasa Bank of Ghana will gateway transactions if you then you entry in your gateway because you need credit system. You need credit system. Ever identify will be uniquely. Then you need because integrated national ID and address system. You need be. Musori anam the Ghana card. Oyi ne policy be change and no change. Mo minute ya can mo buafu. Captain, you need gateway. Aden na yesa obi man. Unim na how much money MTN make. MTN makes more money than Ghana government. And they take it away. Nobody can own. Now, the more impoverished, the ordinary Ghanaian, how can you be for Ghana? Now, who bound me also persuade president? Would be never. Me perceive me face on stage. Now they argue. Now don't digital fabra. Now you have ideas. You're the best decimate ideas. E-wisdom.
Mr. May arrange Dr. Baumia.
Mr. Fanabra.
One-on-one.
Mr. One-on-one. Bra. Nayan cancer mention. Nayan fan decimate. What? Hey. Who make
I didn't cry funny me. 26th, right?
26th Friday, yes.
And I call Parliament.
Okay. And make sure viewers out there, fellow panelists, the camera crew and everyone. From the beginning, Captain, I can't say these people we're asking to fix the country, they can't fix it. They don't have the clue. They will not, they cannot, they do not know how to fix the country. Okay. And every single time, I'm vindicated.
So we are asking the wrong people to fix the country.
Pouring water into a basket, it's not going to work. They cannot do it. And you see consistently, so share on budgets they bring every year. Even the policies they put in there is not nation building. It's not towards nation building. It's basically for revenue mobilization, to make more money. That's what they are focusing on. Drain the welfare of the people. The social economic conditions of the people is not their main focus. And I've said this, we should stop asking the same people to fix it, because they cannot, they will not, and they do not know how to fix it. Okay. Captain, I'll touch on a few issues. Let's start with the digitalization of the economy. To put it in summary, to digitalize the economy means putting everything on the electronic sector, so you don't do with the paperwork and all of that. Captain, the very first thing you have to do before you can migrate onto digital system, and it's infrastructure. Infrastructure for a digitalization program, and they said the first thing you have to have is an internet service. The entire nation called Ghana, you need national telecoms platform or infrastructure. And we would have to base our digitalization of the economy on the private sector. And most of these are foreign national companies. And how can a whole nation put its whole digitized economy on someone else's platform? Yeah. Like what we just said, they're a national security threat. And sometimes I wonder who advises the president on some of these issues. This is cybersecurity, and it's a very sensitive issue. Now, I'm saying America, a whole America with all their sophistication and technology, someone tried to hack their system.
For sure.
And this is someone who owns their own platform and have their cybersecurity in place, top notch. But Obi try to hack our system. Now you're going to borrow someone's platform. I mean, what can you even do with that? It's not even about cluelessness. Okay. It's very difficult to describe this without being insulting, and I don't want to. No, seriously, because if you don't know, Captain, copy and paste. Into Obi mind, so what are they doing? How are they doing it? And then you can learn from that. And I've said today, we have the most potential for growth and development because all the technology is already there. The money is available in abundant resources. I mean, in abundant quantities. And he said, develop here. It's overnight. And yet China is putting up a 10-story building in less than 24 hours. And if we need to build or develop Ghana, I'm saying we have the most potential. But these guys, I don't know how to describe it. I can't say it's incompetence any longer because the way we sent a delegation to Rwanda to study the BRT system for their bus system. Up to today, what has happened? Yes. Nothing. I mean,
Egypt right now is building a new capital city.
Yes.
From the scratch.
Yasuma Ebimu say go and copy and come and paste. And they are not able to do. This is not incompetence. I really don't know. I can't find the words to describe this. But again, Captain, in 2016, our current Vice President, Dr. Baumia, had said we have to focus on production rather than taxation. And I agree with him strongly. He says you cannot tax the people continuously, because if you tax, you cannot generate revenue. And if you cannot generate revenue, you will not be able to, if you tax, you're not able to stimulate growth. And if there's no growth, you cannot generate revenue. And if there's no revenue being generated, then you're going to be forced to tax some more. And yet when you engage in this, you are engaged in a cyclical downward spiral. This is exact word to use. And I was expecting that he would have lived through or stood by his word. But then again, these people have become very wishy-washy. If they say one thing and now Master Salmon and do the very opposite of what they've said. And there's no trust, there's no credibility with the government. And let me put this on record. And yes, Ghanaians don't want to pay taxes. And yes, we are against tax paying, Debbie. But there's no trust, there's no accountability, there's no probity as to what the taxes we've collected over the years have been used for. And he said, every day, but there's nothing to show for it. How then do you come to me and ask me, say, more money? It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. Again, let's go back to the production sector. I've said this continuously, Captain said. Development is not by accident, Debbie. For development to happen, it's a conscious, deliberate, concerted effort to make these things happen. And I have also said it is the deliberate application of wisdom to resources. And what you have with you, and then you use that to develop. And not every country in the world has gold, but there are some people who are making extraordinary achievement or development. And the resources are one, yes, but your main index for development is your human capital, your human resources. What have we done to develop our people? Now, with production, I've said, your main boosting tool for production is manufacturing or industry. That's how you can generate revenue quickly. And before any government would be able to convince me personally, say, they are serious about developing Ghana, there are 4 main issues or 4 main sectors I want to see certain things being addressed. The first of which will be the energy sector. You know, saying you have over 300 people to Glasgow, say, they're going for a COP26, and that's on a conference on climate change and all of that. And the majority of those countries, the main pollutants are air, atmosphere, and the burning of fossil fuels. And Ghana is a producer of oil, and most of our attention or dependence has been put on the oil sector. But the entire world is actually shifting away from fossil fuels. In a very short time, Captain, nobody will be buying oil. Because oil will be not needed.
That's right.
And if you are building your economy right now on the sole commodity of oil now, then you're actually missing the point. And that is our number 1 generator of revenue right now. And if you go for a conference and I'm not back and I've learned some things about global change and how the entire world is moving away from fossil fuel consumption, I was expecting to see in the budget an allocation towards renewable, sustainable energy sources, but that was not captured. And Captain, I'm telling you, I cannot even continue to describe this as incompetence because no, Mwako conference, almost say, oil no cry, baby jai. And Anka more babak, no budget, then share how you can restructure the economy away from dependence on oil. But that was not done. It was not done. And I said, sir, after you've taken care of your energy generation capacity, that's moving to renewable, sustainable energy sources. Your next thing is supposed to look at your skilled labor, which is education. And again, I was expecting, say, in the budget, I would have seen an allocation in education or towards education for skills training. And skills, when you say, oh, Peter, shop be specific, and now yes, but education based on science and engineering. This is what will catalyze our development growth. And I was going to see a budget allocation for education based on STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and math. But that was not even captured in the budget. I've also said, sir, Captain, infrastructure is very key to development. And we do not build roads because we want our citizens to ride in style and comfort. That's not the primary functions of roads. I have said consistently, sir, roads are supposed to connect the market or the raw material producing communities to the market or the industries. This is how you plan development. But see here, we say year of roads. Captain, which roads have we built that are connecting market centers to the production centers? What have we seen? Nothing. And I said, we see this road there, and we just go and slap quota on it because you're building roads. Your whole road where you just go and put asphalt.
It's linked to nothing.
Nothing. And see, I'll give you an example with Cocoa Road.
We are just building roads because I sit here in Accra, watch the conscious policy efforts of building East Legon and Laboni roads where there are no road tolls.
For comfort.
For the comfort of ministers driving to see the rented apartment of their girlfriends. That's it.
Yeah.
But over course if you go, maybe a cocoa ni in the enemy fiber no roads in there.
I said, sir, if you look at the cocoa roads particularly, cocoa roads connect the cocoa growing communities to the market. In a very short time, we said the roads themselves pay off because you're able to facilitate the trade and commerce in cocoa. And so you have revenue, and that revenue is even used to build other infrastructure in other places. Okay. That's how roads are used in the economic planning scheme. But that is not even done. And see, and then the next thing I said is you have to look at your health, and your health is directly linked with your agriculture because, and yes, you see hospitals there, but you have to look at your food that you eat because your food is actually your health, and your health is your wealth. And see, yes, and see, that's one of the revenue generation agencies and our options we have. That's to focus on production, not taxation. Another thing is, Captain, so I'll share Auditor General's report for 2020. Auditor General saying 12 billion Ghana cedis have been stolen.
That's right.
In fact, I don't like to use the word misappropriated or
misapplied.
No, those are just and that's what's happened. 12 billion Ghana cedis. Almost with the e-levy, their target is some 6.9 billion Ghana cedis to collect with the e-levy. If we could put measures in place, and now Obama bought Ghana the last time, I was saying we need strong institutions. If we can have very strong institutions to check out these bottlenecks or these loopholes, we can save more than enough money to support some of the development projects we're looking for. And what is 6.9 billion compared to 12 billion? I mean, this is just common sense. And let's put a stop on corruption. In fact, I'm studying a document right now. It's a report that was done by the UK government. I'm also they are looking at how they can increase their foreign direct investments to other countries in Africa.
That's right.
And I'm offer 4 countries as case studies: Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. British government say they prefer to put so far most of their foreign direct investments go to South Africa. Why? Almost say Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya, the corruption is just too high. And see, some of this kind of bad, the people steal the monies. So they're not even able to make benefits out of the money they bought in here. And see, I didn't know about investing in Ghana. And see, if we could check just corruption alone, there are people outside who are looking to invest in Ghana to build up some of these things. But if you want to mean, but because of corruption, that's the single number one important factor they raised. It's killing investor appetite to come into Ghana. And if they're really serious about it, let's put a stop to the stealing of national resources, and then that would even give us some generation of revenue internally. Another thing, ownership of natural resources. Captain, Ghana is the number 1 producer of gold on the African continent today. You're two gold chains in South Africa.
Right.
But why are we not getting anything out of it? In fact, you're two gold, Ghana near 1.71% out of the gold revenue. I mean, you're calling another
0.7 coin to royalties in Japan and Kenya 1%.
I know 1% before to hit 1% before to hit the national coffers.
What are they?
So 1% and so now hit government coffers. Now will be at 4.1%. So account. It's just thievery. That's what it is. But if we could renegotiate or review some of our contracts pertaining to the extractive industry, mining and oil particularly, there's more than enough revenue that can be generated from that part to do some things. Captain, previously on your show, Ghana doesn't own our ports.
Oh, sure.
And every country that has a port, we will say one of your major revenue generating sources are the ports. And if Ghana, as it stands today, does not control, in fact, one company in the clause almost signing with our company, almost say any container ship that comes to Ghana, it was more than 200 containers on the ship, and a terminal on the clear. And Captain, today as it stands in 2021, I don't know of any container ship that carries less than 200 containers. I mean, I don't know. And that's what I studied in school. I was supposed to be on the sea navigation and all that. It's a sector I'm really, really interested in. There's no container ship you see today that carries less than 200 ships. And I can know. Because they understand that they want to make faster ship and business and And we are losing major resources from this part. And rather than they sitting down to formulate policies on how we can cross-check and check some of these things, almost like let's put all the burden on the already impoverished Ghanaian on the streets. Now, mind you, most of the taxes we are dealing with, between January and up to now in November, fuel prices have gone up over 16 times.
Now, what is questioned by 18 times. And
now, they who are supposed to, now, Captain, more increasing prices, they don't buy fuel. They don't. VA is not called fuel station. Whatever cheat or whatever they have, now you are buagum for a full tank. And they run and then go and do whatever they have to. They don't buy fuel. Into the taxes, the hardship that Ghanaians are feeling, they don't feel it. I don't know if the word is timah.
Only timah
for the ordinary Ghanaian on the streets. They don't feel what we are feeling. You see, he who feels it knows it. But if we were able to scrape all the benefits and allowances that so-called Article 71 holders were having for a month, if we're able to prevent them from going outside for healthcare for a month, if we are going to prevent them from enrolling their children in schools abroad for a month, Captain, this country will change overnight. It will be like a magic performance show because they don't feel the conditions of the ordinary Ghanaian on the streets, and they don't have that sympathy or that connection with the people to even see what the problem is. Yesterday, I think this movement called Fix the Country. I must say, they formed a new movement called Fixing the Country,
that's right.
Led by Osu Bembani. Captain, a press conference yesterday, a press conference on the budget, 2022 budget. And they also had their counter press statement. Say, they've never seen such an empathetic budget. As in, like, you know, this government, this budget. Yeah, but Captain, if you're slapping extra taxes on the people who are yet to recover from the impact of COVID-19, how is that sympathetic?
Which you claim.
But your friend say, I'm going to say, because of COVID-19. Granted. Now, if the people are suffering and they have lost jobs, they are looking at how they can even fend for themselves.
Oh!
Now, all the more taxes are back. We say now this budget is actually sympathetic with the people. But this is a crowd of work. And see, Captain, you see, it doesn't mean, Captain, I'll say this. The people we are asking to fix this country cannot fix it.
Yeah, Sayaba. Question back up in the say Ghana youth though. Yeah, say then give me yenjaya abado to ana. Yen tumfi krum ha. Den na yenye. Ma me start to feel innocent. Me ko fi lewe. No aba.
Captain,
yes,
I think yes, there is no place better than home. Ghana is our homeland, and nobody is supposed to run. Even Ghana for Kromotia Manoneno, and yet Nigim and Adudona de Tiho, because it could be a penis or that's around a pa or Tinukum, and I should be Hunima mean or be Hunipapanim. But because of some unbearable circumstances, you know, among for us to kind, Alja or Mobusi and Hotia Manon, and yet Nigis no modete, but situation Abasa. I dear Sanka near my Koso Krum ha, can Nipano Mutu Kwan and Kadona back to ha, Mobusia. And this is our country, and we must do everything to fix it. Is the reason why we'll be messy up. We cannot just shut up. Makasa, the progress of every society largely depends on the thinking of the people in a country. But that country is doomed if majority of the people in the country are idiots and cannot think rationally. It is also worse when leaders who are leading that particular country require the sign for their and that country, that society is dead and gone. We seem to be talking under that particular weight. Or how not to say yawo. And the everything just save we home. They say you ever can say. Now ya and ya liberate your home from that particular way you know. When we become rational, that is the first step. So we can sit here, scream and here. We will never progress. First one, let's start with that. Because sometimes if you go to social media, if you want to understand the psyche of Ghanaians, go on social media. Just go and look at the stupid things people follow. Things what you will be sex paper, but over comment was over 1,000K. Nobody will talk about it. A crowd the thinking of the larger society. A transfer yet to come and any focus. Into your money, now your tenacity, now your Ankasa government who say we make rational choices. At the end of the day, you know, we will look at the subject matter, we will look at the prevailing economic, social, and political environment, you know. Now you then people will sit up and see the need to fix this particular country. Then okay about what we can do for the youth. You see, there are a lot of avenues. We have sectors, you mentioned football. Football in this modern world are creating a huge economy. The figures you gave. And you begin to ask yourself, Ghana, given the free football over the years, open mind by acquiring the sub-region our talent in Ghana. Sure. But unfortunately, money for the but youth football almost Ghana. And say, young Kasan, we are not putting premium on that talent. Yet boom, yes, a blaster. Now they will just go and just throw that money away. Yet this kind of blasters, at the Papa B and free yet we pay them. You can work up a Sika, the players, and also the US and other places. Yeah, okay, I say a market here, you call advertiser or minor. Then they can see and inquire advertise. Sikana yedi ye winning your talent across the country. Oko tamale, oko be, oko hefa, doma, bebia talent. So as a government, you know, you set up like a factory, you hunt talent. I be dependent on your boanum. I'm for I'm told a baby is from the north. I will be identified, and I will be Saka from Sampa. Several individuals, we have tons of those talents here. It is actually kind of here to do a blaster. My editing, you say, what have I could do? I know that we use those resources. You bet me that create another avenue. You bet me your talent, you to not know the day, and then we not play about what you know, Pamonia.
the inverse income at the bar or minus on a we are not looking at all these things. Yakotana baby na GFA na de bay and then some even your local football na yabona ha as for economic activities yakota kwane ya house na amamfo di children. Look at the league we are playing. Sikakura nim and at the end of the day no obo team we are winner be so today Egypt na se for no team best Ghana players na de because there is no investment. The government is not interested, but they forget that this is a fertile avenue. You can breed talent and sell them. Breeding talent and selling them alone can give us a lot of money. People are not thinking. Then you go back to the creative art industry. My culture says it's one industry. There's a many people more gain at the more you get value for money. Yes. You need more gain, and you see these people.
Okay, come and tell her why music producer, why managing artist, why entertainment pundit, why TV3 ha mentor, mentor one that time no bar so I mean, if you have such a personality there,
you see these characters, you know, and they are just hype product.
Oh.
Yes, because this gentleman over the years, or TV and say, what kind of chroma at the ketwa. And do you know, say within second about 50% of musicians or no oh, chroma say. No. Quite recently, he did an interview. Or say, I'm for second a collapse. Or say, I'm carry a and I'm kind of minister. That, you see, that arrogance, they will not have time to sit and think and profess alternative because any minister we never know PBM. So that arrogant behavior, no, but it is also another sector. At least it makes me bring a lot of talent and take advantage of the social media, not just digital space. By investment and Hollywood, America. Go and look at their GDP. Need a contribution of Hollywood and Hong Kong to them. Netflix alone, just go and look at the value. Netflix and revenue banking in Africa what Ghana government Enya. Which means that they invested in that particular way now, we will get money. Look at what is happening in the social media. Things we hype. And Kwabrani to YouTube, no dear Temna, Okwana 2K, I'm for the actually. The people are sick. So we need to sanitize the brain of Ghanaians. Now you put you
papa behind him.
Now when is okay to be papa? When is okay to be papa? That creative art industry, you caught and as a former, you bet me turn it into something because US and other places, that is what they are using. And now South Africa, a new household name in movies. Netflix, or one or space. Nigeria is going. Where are we as a country? Your court cannot progress. So, you know, ye jai ama amount for amo yeni biara. So, uko KUMASI, Kumawudi abaye. It was a very nice avenue and amount for opportunity in for. But just go and look at the storylines and almost sell it to amount for. Storylines, you know, and it's hard to say, Abrobia will feel a before. So that is what they are reinforcing in the minds of people. So who had those Kumawood movies new year? Or where because the impression you get is you see, this is a primitive cultural orientation. You insert it through movies because people who are supposed to be reasonable thinkers and write the stories and give it to them, they are not doing it. So so story or not if you're primitive, that is what they are selling. Of the radio station, Mateo KUMASI, you took off over radio station for an interview. Look at the thinking. But we are not people are inventing computers, you know. Before the studio, so you see, that is the kind of society I woman, the thinking of the people, no, and you're right. Until we must invest in areas like this creative art industry, you know, there are a lot of talent abound. Setting up schools are from films. You can create our own digital platform like Netflix. Yenye Ghanaian movie series for stories around Hano and how we can move on in the next 20 years.
I'll come back to me. My member student after me Koni Hona Kofi the MBV. You to say day, what you're catching.
Right, Captain. So my bear 5 minutes there. I'd like to remind the youth, it's because first of all we are Ghanaians. And this is something that we all have to get into. But I want to prove to them the mandate we've been given as Ghanaians to do what we're doing. And so say a national anthem, God bless our homeland Ghana. We sing only the first stanza, but we don't even sing the rest of them. But I have 3 different stanzas. And as you see, for me, last time, say, God bless our homeland Ghana. Me training was school, I don't even hear those things. Let me just, but by the way, your national anthem, it was written by, as it is right now, it was written by Michael Kwame Bozo. And he wrote it while he was a student. National competition. And I also the lyrics to the national anthem. And then it was selected as a national anthem. And the government created the atmosphere for creative arts, like my brother was saying. And I Michael Kwame Bozo the lyrics for the national anthem. We adopted this. But Captain, let me go through the first stanza first. I'll say, God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. I'll say, fill our hearts with true humility. Make us cherish fearless honesty. Just say, am I sure say correct? I'll say, fill our hearts with true humility. Make us cherish fearless honesty. And help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and with all our might forevermore. And see, this is what our nation is actually demanding of every youth of Ghana. This is not inciting any youth to violence, Debbie. It is for you to stand up and defend your nation. Captain, let me run through the second stanza quickly. I say, hail to thy name, O Ghana. To thee we make our solemn vow, steadfast to build together, a nation strong in unity. With our gifts of mind and strength of arm, the answer is committed to effort or labor.
That's right.
And we commit that to the resources that God has blessed us with, and that is what we use to build a nation. I say, steadfast to build together a nation strong in unity. With our gifts of mind and strength of arm, whether night or day, in the midst of storm, in every need, whatever the call may be, to serve thee Ghana now and forevermore. And see, this is I can make up to the third stanza just so people get familiar with it. I say, raise high the flag of Ghana and one with Africa advance. Black star of hope and honor. Wear the banner to all who thirst for liberty. Where the banner of Ghana freely flies, may the way to freedom truly lie. Arise, arise, O sons of Ghana land, and under God march on forever. Now, this is not inciting anyone to violence. National anthem. The national anthem is saying the youth of Ghana must rise up to defend Ghana anytime, or say whether day or night. This is our sacred duty as Ghanaians. Youth of Ghana must answer the call of duty to their nation. Ghana demands that we all stand together to make sure we defend Ghana first. And we all do this together in unity and in love. Thank you very much.
Captain, but question now will be no. Hey, Captain, young administration you propose to Ghana for no. Hey, nebeye the administration able to me eliminate corruption. Adinti, because as a president, me ankasa me exempt me home from all, me strip me home from all exemptions. It protect me from corruption. If you cause financial loss to the state, you will be executed. We are public figure. We of the judiciary legislature. Now we sign a waiver say answer na ubenya wadwuma no. You cause financial loss to the state, you will be executed. Sign waiver. If the current administration wants to sign that waiver into place, just to say Kofi, you need to sign waiver now. And Sakrana, what they were pam for Maba 1 year. The only catch is say one ankasano there will be victims. One be what one be pepper soup and sana yen cry aba. Inti and only warning, but this is the only way. Now yama the greenness of Ghana. Listen, the only way we're going to solve the problem is say invest heavily into agriculture. $10 billion into agriculture every year for the next 10 years. Your best is Ghana. Ghana is going to be the hub for vegetables.
$10 billion?
Me say $10 billion. Captain, may your analysis me say Captain, from Niama last time from Amankeni, why is that show no?
Oh, me Amankeni show no. My Amankeni show no December.
Amankani first na me get say a banche. Say Captain Amiye who say Amankani kra what values in banche. Shouldn't this blow your mind? Amankani, how long does it take to grow? Youth, we're going to make agriculture sexy again. We're going to put incentives into agriculture. Hey, what do we fubi no buebia? You have a mouth car, you have a mouth down, you have free data, then now pay a be mouth life. But you to me and fast investment in agriculture. The family of Ghana for no crown, yen to me feed one, ni yen surplus, ni export to surplus, no, ni yen foreign exchange reserves to pay down yen current debt 341 billion gargantuan cedis, no. NDC MPP, they are clueless. Listen to the budget. Go back 4 years ago, it's the same thing, different colors. Into the Erica chairman say, get us involved. Be with us. Koyen Facebook page, Kofi Kranting GH. Get involved. Get with us on the Telegram platform. And let's brainstorm to make this cancer of the past. This cancer, as it is now, no, has fully metastasized. But we have one shot in 2024 to reverse this metastatic cancer. Ghana, we are in the crosshairs of the bullet. And this time, it's not going to hit any other part but Yinti, and it's going to take us out for good. Let's reverse this emergency. The youth, this is our moment of destiny. We have to seize this moment, because if we don't seize it, we're going to perish with it. Don't think that what life is so precious. Say you don't want to take the chance. You don't want to take the risk. You don't want to commit with conviction. Say this is the moment, because you don't have a choice. With time, whether you like it or not, the die is cast. Yeah. We are going to perish anyway. So take the shot. This is it. And Captain, thank you for giving us a shot. We will not let you down. We're going to take the shot.
All right. And right now, many papa biya. Oye John Greek Ministry bonko. Monene ni abre mijana mane kasaya metifia mansumano. So be hobi o so eden yo na oba ha. Also me yo TV so na nya atade e hyew ni nam se ane masesa me ho. Mijana mane kasa wi ya. Oso ye ntia Greek kasa na ye kasa. So kasa tenten ewie ye. Hwe na nim din na me bisa nse honorable. Who are Greek Ministry or say no say ane. And I'm say aduane ben pa na ye dia wo Eastern region e gini ntentem Central region. I say and also question we if you know say who ye adwa Ministry of Agric. Who nim aduane ye dia wo Eastern region. The same aduane we dia wo Central region. And you intend to Eastern region change Central region. No, him and him take Let me catch him saying, yeah, me cool meeting tea. Oh, my men call. Me done me want me call them some chin and ban and machine and Nichols and any same kinds of money. Namin say, dear, Busman sick and I technique Chiaoka. Oh, my boy. And him said it. Munim answer. I say, Captain, I mean, I'm saying, I am my own. No power report me madam Paris or match me some my consulting behavior. Minim say some way me for sir. Eti Agric Ministry wan ko mu gu hokwa wo.
Omo si ho.
Omo gu hokwa. Wo pa be no ntuntua sese ya. Ebro a ye dia e wo bomu atakwa. Yen ko dua the same ebro no wo kare. The same day, the same time. Yen fa time on to. Yen Glasgow planting ni bi. Program is here. It's at the time of toho stop watching pa plant near the gumi akataso. They are may 21 days. They had a big grown them. And only they are great. And yet you put some book mabunia tro. I walk out kind and one piazza. I don't know a Greek minister Bob Edda. And the air I could tell you up and now. odi fufuo na no pa ne saa no kwata parliament wa obeda ho de ni so te na o se body duro for cities. Oh,
a great minister would name the value of a would be on your being. The matter.
Kofi Mamenda was say, Namenda innocent as say, and ni ase. Monshan so if you ada, yebeko parliament. Samu mumu tax ni yentia.